Bonjour mes amis, hi guys, collection review for Mr. J. We're gonna respect his anonymity. He lives in Europe, has a wife and kid, 35 years old, and a 7-inch wrist, just like mine. So Mr. J is the man behind the What You Want channel, a new channel. He just did a state of the collection. That's where I took some snippets to put this video together. So do check it out, the What You Want channel. And his journey into watches is fairly similar to mine up to a couple of years ago. So since he was a kid, he loved watches with a lot of functions, the chronographs, the citizens and all that. His first serious watch would have been a Breitling Chronomatic from the 70s. Then he got a Fortis Marine Master. And finally, upon the advice of the Pontiff, he got the Moonwatch, the Hesalite version like me, with the big box. In 2016, probably the same year as I got myself, and that was when they were at a really great price. And he missed out on buying the 16570, the Explorer 2 Polar Dial, which was very cheap at that time, unfortunately. At the time I got mine, and I did really well on it. Then he became a Seiko-path, like many of us. In 2019, as he says, the illness got severe. He got a Zin 903, more Seiko, Steinhardt and stuff like that. And in 2020, it got worse because he sold a Speedy. He tries to rationalize this by saying he didn't want to have it because everyone says you should have it, but he misses the versatility and the strap monster abilities. You know, I've never taken my Speedy off the bracelet. I love that bracelet. And he bought the Tudor Black Bay Steel Chrono 79350 and a lot more Seikos. So this year, 2021, he got the Black Bay ETA, so the original one with the red bezel, the 79220R, and then he finally got the Rolex Air King and a Seiko Marine Master 300. It's the SLA 023. He saw a video I did about my Marine Master, the SLA 045, and got inspired to get that beautiful watch. So the current collection, we have the Air King, we have the Tudor Chrono Steel, and we have the Seiko Marine Master. Then a bunch of Seiko, mostly divers, the SKX 009, the SPB 103, Green Sumo, an SNXS 73. He's got the Casio Oak. I think it's the best Casio to have. And then other pieces there, a Laco and stuff like that. And he sold actually the Tudor Black Bay ETA. He didn't feel it was beautiful on straps because of the lack of finishing between the lugs and the bracelet. And he sold a Maurice Lacroix Icon that he's also got on the way. You know, can't blame you. I still like mine, but it's true I don't really wear it that much since I have Rolex in my collection. You know, that's maybe the whole point of it. Once you get the Rolex, why you're gonna wear the Icon? It was a great watch to have in the journey. So, a few mistakes and a few things you've learned on the way that you share with me in your email. One, it's all about the experience and the hunt, not about the possession of watches. It's something that collectors do say a lot. It should be the opposite, you know. The pleasure should be in owning a nice watch. But yeah, when you're a collector, you just look for the collecting experience and the thrill of the chase. Secondly, you can't and shouldn't buy all the watches you like. Yes, it's something that takes a long time to understand, to be able to say, to take a look at a watch and say it's beautiful, it's well made, but I'm gonna step on the brakes, not buy it, maybe at least not buy it now. Let it grow, see if it's really that important. 3, don't waste money for a minor piece if you want a major one. Well, I think even if you don't want a major one, if you don't have anything in your sights, just let them come to you, and yeah, don't stop wasting money on minor pieces. 4, you don't have to tick all the boxes, just buy what you love. Yeah, it's true. Most of us, and when I do these reviews, I'm thinking, okay, you have the chrono, you have the diver, now you need the GMT, and maybe I'll say it in this one anyway. But there's a maybe different way. There's different ways to go about it. There's a smart way to go about it, maybe. And then finally, watches usually aren't a wise investment. Well, it depends in what bracket you're hitting, and what type of watch. But yeah, in general. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't look for a watch that's going to keep good value and remain a classic. That's why I always recommend classics. So Mr. J's watch goals. He got bored of the standard Seikos. Me too. At this point, I've got the models that I like, and Seiko has to really bring something very great for me to be interested. But a new colorway is not going to make a difference to my Seiko collection. And you are looking for a white dial. So yeah, you missed the train on the 16570 Explorer 2 Polar dial. You're thinking of the Aquaterra coaxial. No, now that you've stepped up to the plate, you got your Rolex, don't go there. Zin 104, I don't even know what that looks like, and I don't care. Omega SMP white dial, yes, it's a nice one. It's my favorite of the SMPs, I have to say. The Seamasters Professionals. And then you suggest maybe selling the Tudor for that, but then you wouldn't have the chronograph anymore, and the Tudor itself is a diver. Thanks in advance for reviewing my watch collection. So let's just dig straight into what matters. So you have 3 good watches: the Air King, the Tudor Chrono, which is in between a diver and it's a Black Bay diver after all. And it's a chronograph, which is nice. What is nice is that you have the date on it, but as a chronograph, it's not very usable with those screwed down pushers like the Daytona. And then you have the ultimate diver of Seiko. You love Seiko. Once you get the Marine Master, it just this one is a next level. It's got a good movement in it. I think just close the Seiko chapter, unless something really amazing comes up. But I don't think anything in the lineup right now of Seiko, of the lineup of releases, is really that interesting. So just stop there. Now, the first thing I would say is that, given your serious job that you're doing, I find the collection a bit juvenile. Pardon me saying that. I think I would like to step up to something a little bit more serious. It's great that you get the Air King. Keep it. You get a cool Rolex. It's a watch for life, wind and wear, as Archie calls them. No date, very easy. You have the ultimate Seiko. You have your fun with that. That's your cool diver. You prefer that one to the Tudor. You've made your choice. It's fine. But yeah, if you sell that, you're gonna lose quite a bit of money. I'm afraid of what you paid and where you sold your Speedy and your Black Bay ETA. I hope you made money on them, because that ETA version was nice because it was a bit thinner. It had the smile on the dial. Actually, quite sought after. So I don't know what you paid for it. Hope you didn't lose any money. I'm getting a bit worried about the Tudor calibers and how reliable they're going to be in the long term. While the ETA, I know them to be very accurate, very solid, and very cheap to service. So, well, you made your decision. You got the Marine Master. You got the another Tudor anyway. So now you have one of each brand. You used to have the Speedmaster. Unfortunately, you let that go. I would have rather seen a Speedmaster there than see the Tudor, which is very thick, that big case. I hope you love it. And again, I hope you didn't lose money on that Speedmaster, because it got discontinued. Hopefully you made some money, but maybe you sold it a bit too quick. So definitely get a step on the brake, and just get a small box, like a 4-piece box or a 5-piece box. Put your 3 main watches, And now let's think about the future. You said you don't want to tick all the boxes. However, I would like to add a bit of maturity to the collection. And to me, when you go to work, I would add a GLC reverso. And why not have the GMT on the other side? So you don't have to look at it if you don't want it, if you're not interested in it, if you don't really have any attachment to any other time zone. But at least it is there, it's a fun thing, and sometimes you can just reverse it and just keep the same time on both sides if you want. I think that would be quite classy. You could add a bit of color. They have different colors, maybe the blue one and the white one. So there you go, you would have your white face as well. I think it would be more interesting than adding an Omega Speedmaster, Seamaster white dial, because you already have, you know, they're very nice, but they're quite big, and actually almost don't wear as good as the Marine Master, which is funny. Marine Master is very heavy, very tall, but it has a very short footprint from when you look at it from the top. And then you have the Tudor. It's already a diver. It's getting a bit too much, isn't it? If you really want an Omega, you could add a GMT diver, Planet Ocean, but they tend to be a bit big. I would look at the original Seamaster with the sword hands and a GMT function, probably an ETA. It's not going to cost a lot, and it's going to be something cool, you know. There's one of them with a gray and blue, light blue bezel. That could be quite nice. Otherwise, with Tudor, of course, you have the Tudor Black Bay GMT. You don't mention it, maybe you're not interested in it. I think it would look good, but the one that would look the best to me would be a GLC Jaeger LeCoultre. It would add a bit of high horology in the mix, a different shape, couple of colors. You would have your white dial, you could have your blue dial, and I think you need something a bit classier. You have enough sports watches. Definitely stop with the Seikos. You gotta go to the next level. Just stick with Rolex, or look at adding something really classy, like a Patek Calatrava. I mean, just save your money for something really important. Whether you go through GLC or you want to go to the next level straight away, but something that you can't wear at the beach, or can't wear in the pool or bad weather, like a Calatrava or maybe a Vacheron Patrimony. You know, stay alert. Let the watch come to you. You don't have to go and pay big dollar for them. Just stay alert on Chrono24. There's a lot of watch dealers, nice watch dealers in Germany and in other countries around. When you're in Europe, it's very easy to travel by car, a bit less now with COVID, and to go see those dealers and go on a watch hunt. For me, at this point, let me know what you think, Mr. J, and you guys in the comment. The watch that I would see really well to shake things up a bit in this collection, which is a bit too sports oriented, and yeah, a bit too sporty, too much diver. To me, I would go to the GLC Reverso. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks, Mr. J, for your email. And I'll speak to you guys in the next one. Bye bye.